Welcome. This course is an introduction to Project Search, a unique transition to work program that prepares young adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities for meaningful, competitive employment. The course is intended for anyone who wants to learn about Project Search. We've got a lot to show you and not much time, so we'll only be scratching the surface of Project Search, but you should walk away with a good idea of what Project Search is, how Project Search works, what Project Search interns and team members do each day, how partnering organizations collaborate to make Project Search a success. Plus, at the end of the course, we'll provide a variety of links if you'd like to learn more. A few notes before we get started. You can navigate between sections using the menu line at the bottom of the screen. You can adjust the volume or expand to full screen as desired. Click Next below and we'll get started. In the U.S., the responsibility for helping young adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities make successful transitions from high school to adult life is shared between the public school system and a variety of government agencies. While these organizations work hard to help adolescents with disabilities, coordinating services effectively has proven very difficult. Too often, young people leave high school unprepared to find fulfilling jobs in their communities. There are several reasons. First, the nature of their disabilities, coupled with low expectations on the part of those around them, increases the likelihood that they will not have acquired basic skills needed for success in the job market. Secondly, society's attitudes toward people with disabilities often inhibit prospective employers from even giving them a chance at jobs that, with proper training, they could master. And third, after high school, young people and their families are faced with a confusing array of services that is difficult to navigate. That's where Project Search comes in. Project Search provides a framework for efficient and effective collaboration among schools, agencies, and employers to achieve three basic goals. First, to help young people with developmental disabilities acquire the skills they need to succeed in a competitive job in an integrated setting. Second, to help them find and secure that job. And third, to link them with the support they'll need to keep that job and to advance and improve their working lives. To meet these goals, Project Search has developed unique strategies. One is total workplace immersion. Students learn skills as unpaid interns in an actual business, alongside the business's regular employees. Another strategy involves a proven methodology that enables a transformational level of collaboration among schools, agencies, and employers, one that makes it possible for them to step outside their silos and standard operating procedures. And another strategy is a focus on post-internship employment in complex, systematic jobs that go beyond the stereotypical positions, jobs that the graduate would not have been qualified for prior to attending Project Search. To meet this goal of employment, Project Search must provide interns with essential skills. Those include hard skills, tasks required to perform specific jobs, and they also include soft skills that are equally essential for success in the workplace, such as the ability to take care of one's appearance or to interact appropriately with managers, fellow workers, and customers. But acquiring skills alone isn't enough. The young person must be able to find and be hired for a real job. And Project Search helps them do just that. At Project Search, the process of finding employment is not an afterthought. It starts on day one and continues throughout the program year. As we'll see in more detail later, program staff create an employment plan for each intern, monitor the local job market, and search for job opportunities appropriate for each intern. Plus, the successful Project Search program helps develop follow-along strategies that enable developmental disability-funded staff to provide ongoing assistance to the graduate who has found employment. To sum up, Project Search creates an environment that helps interns acquire new skills and use them to obtain and keep meaningful long-term employment. In this way, one person at a time, Project Search nudges society's and the business world's understanding of what people with developmental disabilities can accomplish. In the end, though, what Project Search provides young people with is an opportunity. The staff and partners will do everything possible to help them succeed. But, and this is an absolute requirement, Students must earn the right to work by taking advantage of the program to gain the skills they need to make their way into the future. In the next section, we'll take a look at how a typical project search program works. Click Next to move ahead. Project Search is designed for young people with significant intellectual and developmental disabilities who meet some general criteria. For the most part, Project Search interns fall between the ages of 18 to 22 and have completed all of their high school graduation or certification requirements, but have deferred graduation until a later date. This enables them to continue to be served by their school district, which, as we'll see later, plays an important role in Project Search. In addition, Project Search interns in the U.S. must meet eligibility requirements for vocational rehabilitation. In other countries, different requirements from governmental funding sources for people with intellectual or developmental disabilities may apply. And most importantly, interns must have a real desire to hold a job and work in the community after the completion of the Project Search program, and ideally be backed by a family who strongly support that desire. Once admitted to Project Search, each student attends the program on a daily basis for the equivalent of a school year, as part of a cohort of 8 to 12 or more interns, based on the number of students required to pay for a full-time instructor. As with any job, all interns are expected to show up every morning on time and ready to go. Project Search programs take place on the premises of a working business. Though not paid employees, interns are immersed in the business, where they can learn relevant job skills and become familiar with workplace culture and expectations. The Project Search day is divided into 2 parts. Interns spend approximately 90 minutes in an on-site classroom with instructional staff, then spend 4 to 5 hours at an internship within the business. In the classroom, interns are trained on a variety of important skills. Fundamental job skills, such as using a computer, answering phones, filing, sending emails, handling inventory, etc. General business skills, such as communicating with others verbally and in writing, including interviewing, making presentations, listening to instructions and corrections, and so on. And personal skills, such as how to manage time and money, how to take care of health and wellness, etc. Whereas interns work with a teacher and other instructional staff in the classroom, in their internships they work with skills trainers, mentors who train them in step-by-step detail on the tasks they are learning. The tasks that the interns learn and perform must be skills that will qualify them for real jobs, not make-work tasks or fluffy, nice-to-have chores. Only by learning and executing real tasks will the interns acquire transferable, marketable skills. The Project Search year syncs with the local school year, and by the time it's over, interns will have rotated through 3 internships within the business, learning 3 different sets of job skills and experiencing different work environments. Learned what it means to meet the expectations of a real workplace. Established that they can perform services similar to those that will deliver true value to their future employers, and worked as part of a team with coworkers, managers, and customers. As mentioned earlier, Project Search works with interns and local partner agencies in the pursuit of both post-program employment and, ideally, important follow-along services. On average, over 70% of Project Search interns will obtain competitive wage jobs upon graduation, a figure that has been steadily growing in recent years. In the next section, we'll take a look at the people who make Project Search happen. Click Next to move ahead. Helping Project Search interns achieve their goal of employment takes the coordinated efforts of a cast of professionals. One of the most central is the instructor, who directs the Project Search program on-site and runs the classroom portion of the program day. The instructor plans and delivers the daily curriculum, filling the familiar role of classroom teacher for the interns. At a basic level, interns learn fundamental employability and life skills, such as how to dress appropriately, how to communicate with others, how to handle money, how to select a healthy diet, and so on. Aside from these basic skills, exactly what is taught in the classroom varies widely, depending on the nature of the business and jobs of the interns. For instance, in a hotel setting, the instructor might devise exercises on how to fold linens or towels, or how to set a table in the restaurant. Or in a hospital, lessons might cover handling sterile instruments. By tailoring lessons to the jobs the interns are learning to perform, The instructor's role often overlaps that of the skills trainer, who we'll learn more about shortly. The instructor also works with others on the team to match interns to jobs that are suitable for them. He or she develops an individualized education plan and transition goals for each student, helping them build a career plan based on their interests and skills. In addition, the instructor helps each student develop a portfolio that documents their activities and skills, including evaluations, letters of recommendation, etc. Plus, the instructor helps interns deal with day-to-day issues that arise, everything from problems with transportation to and from work to how to respond to social situations in the workplace. The instructor works to make the classroom a home base for the interns, a place they can discuss and reflect on their experiences, compare notes, and come together as a cohesive peer group. Beyond the classroom, the instructor works with virtually everyone on the project search team, while also handling key administrative duties, including developing internship opportunities, recruiting new student interns, planning, and reporting. Once the classroom session ends, skills trainers oversee the workplace portion of the day. As mentioned earlier, the role of the instructor and the skills trainer often overlap, with both imparting job skills and both working to devise job accommodations as needed. The primary responsibility of skills trainers is to train each intern to master the tasks he or she has been assigned. That means the trainer must have a solid understanding of the employer's needs, as well as detailed knowledge of the steps required to complete specific tasks. As touched on earlier, some of the skills trainers impart are hard, specific skills, such as how to change the toner cartridge in a copy machine, or how to stock a hospital room with medical supplies. But the skills trainer also helps with soft situational skills, such as how to deal with someone who makes a rude comment, or who cuts into line in the cafeteria. An important part of the skills trainer's job is to determine if job accommodations are necessary in order for the intern to succeed at the task, and if so, to devise them. For instance, an intern with a visual impairment may need to have large print labels attached to inventory bins, or someone who has difficulty reading may need labels that include pictures on them. In addition, skills trainers, like the instructor, handle a number of administrative duties, such as internship planning, intern evaluation and progress reports, and so on. Skills trainers will have a lot of contact with the next type of staff we'll talk about, the department managers, who oversee the work sites where interns learn job skills. As regular employees of the business, department managers assign tasks and oversee their completion, as well as handle various administrative duties. Department managers help the skills trainers identify tasks for interns to master, monitor the progress of interns assigned to them, and address areas where additional skill development is needed. And when an intern's time in the department comes to a close, the department manager conducts an exit interview and, as appropriate, writes a letter of recommendation. Another employee of the business is the business liaison, who serves as the main contact between project search and the host company. The business liaison is in on as many activities as possible, from original discussions about hosting a project search program, to coordinating and equipping classroom and training space, to participating in intern selection and intern assignments, to handling any company issues that might arise as the year goes by. Next, we'll look at the job developer, who is often affiliated with the local supported employment agency or community rehabilitation partner. The job developer takes the lead in helping the intern obtain a job after graduation. To be successful, the job developer must understand the intern's specific interests, skills, and work behavior. If particular job adaptations are going to be needed, the job developer must understand those, as well as the intern's specific living and transportation situation. While getting a good job for each intern is the primary goal of the program, keeping that job, or advancing to a new one, is critical to the long-term quality of life. That's where follow-along services come into play, providing ongoing support for the project search graduate who has found a job and is part of the workforce. Follow-along services may be provided by a supported employment professional who maintains ongoing contact with the graduate to monitor his or her progress on the job, to assist where there are changes in the job, and to be someone the graduate can turn to if problems or opportunities for advancement arise. The project search model calls for interns to be linked with local agencies that can provide follow-along services on an ongoing basis. In the U.S., Funding for this type of service is usually provided by state developmental disabilities agencies. In addition to the project search positions you've just learned about, there are a number of other roles that, while less front and center in day-to-day operations, are nevertheless important. For instance, there's the Project Search Business Advisory Council, made up of industry representatives who understand the local employment situation and are connected to local employers. And there are Project Search alumni, who can help in marketing and recruitment by serving as living evidence of successful outcomes, and by providing their unique perspectives of what it's like to be a Project Search intern. The final piece of the puzzle is Project Search Headquarters, based at Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center in Ohio. Project Search originated there, and the full-time staff has the responsibility for licensing programs bearing the Project Search name, collecting data to track program outcomes, and providing consultation, training materials, and best-known methods, both during and after program startup. As you can see, it takes a lot of people to get a Project Search site up, running, and successful. In the next section, we'll take a look at roles of the various organizations that contribute to that success. Click Next below. Project Search brings together a diverse set of independent organizations in pursuit of the common goal of preparing young people with intellectual and developmental disabilities for meaningful employment. Each of these organizations has its own objectives, strengths, and expertise. Whether they provide staff, facilities, funding, or other types of support, Project Search serves as a coordinating focus that enables these disparate groups to pull together toward a common end. In fact, it's no exaggeration to say that effective communication and collaboration among partner organizations is the single most critical determinant in the success of a Project Search program site. While there are many variations in the specific mix of partner organizations, it is always the business partner who hosts the program and provides classroom space and on-site internship experiences. As discussed earlier, the host business also provides the business liaison, as well as the staff that manage the departments that host interns. The education partner is responsible for providing the classroom instructor, either directly or through funding, and provides an employability skills curriculum. As also mentioned earlier, the instructor runs the classroom portion of the intern's day, as well as interacts with just about everyone else on the team. The supported employment agency provides the skills trainers, who guide the interns through their tasks and devise job accommodations if necessary. The local developmental disabilities board or organization typically provides funding for follow-along services aimed at enhancing long-term job retention after the intern has graduated from the program. A developmental disabilities employment specialist may be located at the host business on a day-to-day basis, especially when there are enough Project Search graduates employed at the business to form a full caseload. Similarly, the local vocational rehabilitation organization often provides a VR counselor who monitors the progress of interns and authorizes funds for skills trainers and job developers. In addition, a number of other groups may lend a hand, including the local Workforce Investment Board, advocacy groups such as the Down Syndrome Association and the National Autism Association, and labor union locals. And finally, the intern's families comprise a critically important group who provide support and encouragement to the intern, as well as important knowledge of the intern's strengths, challenges, and interests to guide their experience in the program. The community connections that families bring to the partnership may also be instrumental in the job search. It takes the cooperation of a lot of different groups to make a Project Search installation successful. As mentioned earlier, one of the greatest strengths of the program is its ability to provide a framework that clearly defines the complementary roles and responsibilities of these very different organizations. To learn more, please click Next below. Thanks for your interest in learning about Project Search. We've looked at the fundamentals of the program, how Project Search works, the individuals who keep the program running, and how a number of different agencies are invested in making Project Search a success. For further information on Project Search, please click the Learn More button. To take a quick quiz on what you've learned, or to provide feedback on this course, please click the Quiz/Feedback button.